Good morning all. Previous class we discussed about one bit adder, that is a full adder circuit. So we know that operation of full adder circuit, there are three inputs including carry, that is A, B, C, N, then we getting the result sum and carry. So today we will discuss about 4-bit adder. Four-bit adder or 4-bit ripple carry adder. The name indicates here we have to add a 4-bit. Okay, we have to add 4-bit and including carry, then getting a sum as well as carry. So this is a full adder. So the instantiation name is FA0. So in full adder circuit, there are two inputs, then one more input, that is carry, then next it produces a sum. This is what a 1-bit adder. Next, here it produces a carry, let us assume that is a C0. The carry is what taken into further addition, then it can be written as again A, B, then you name it as full adder. So that is full adder only. The instantiation name is FA1. Again let us continue, then it produces a sum again, then it produces a C1, that is a one more carry, then again add with a next full adder, that is a full underscore adder, then this is FA1, then A, B, then it produces a sum, then here it C2. Okay, then after this is what a 3-bit one. So here we have to design 4-bit. Again one more full adder, that is full underscore adder, FA2, A, B, then it produces sum, then carry. Okay, so this is a diagram for 4-bit adder. So here bit by bit you have to assume here, that is A0 and B0 is the first full adder inputs, then it produces first sum, that is sum naught, then it produces carry again after this here it produces sum 1, then carry is connected to a next one, that is C1, here this one is A1 and B1, then after this a C1, then A1, B1, then this is the sum 1, then sum 3. A2, then B3. So this is a block diagram for a 4-bit adder circuit. So based on this diagram we have to write a gate level description code. Okay, based on this diagram we have to write a gate level description code. So without diagram we can't write a gate level description. So diagram should be required for a gate level description. So we know that the programming structure of gate level description we already discussed in previous class. So let us go one by one. What is the first one? The first we have to define a 4-bit adder circuit, that is module. The name of the module is named as 4_bit adder. So what are the inputs and outputs? So here A and B is the inputs, A and B, then you have to add carry, that is C in, then output is as sum as well as C out. So this is the definition of what 4-bit adder. Here we have to mention what are the module terminals. Next we have to define a inputs and outputs, that is IO declarations. So what are the inputs and outputs? Input So how many inputs here? Obviously 3 inputs. So A, B, A comma B, that is input is 3 down to 0, A comma B, then one more input is there, that is seen. Then after this you have to mention the output. There are two outputs here, one is sum, another one is Cout. Sum is a 4 bit, that is 3 down to 0, sum. Then one more output is there, that is output Cout. Okay, these are all the IO declarations. Here the input A and B both are a 4 bit, right? So that's why A0, A1, A2, A3 and B0, B1, B2, B3. So that's why here we indicate 3 down to 0, that is A0, A1, A2 and A3. So here the scene is only a single bit, right? So that's why we write separately, that is input scene. Then output, there are two outputs. The one output is a single bit, that is only 1 bit. That's why we have written output Cout. Then sum is what? It's a 4 bit option, right? So that's why we write output 3 down to 0, sum. So here after you mention the inputs and outputs, so we have to mention a nets. Nets means to connect what? A two gates or two blocks, right? So here C0 we call it as net because it's connected between what? FA0 and FA1. Then C1 is also called as net because it's connected between FA1 and FA2. Then C2 is another net, so that is connected between FA2 and FA3, right? So that's why here we have to mention nextly wire. So C0, C1 and C2. So these are all the wires, or we also called as intermediate signals. So after these inputs, outputs, then wire declaration, that is declaration. Next we have to instantiate each and every block. Okay, so let us go one by one. Full adder, a common name, we name it as full adder, or you can name full underscore adder. So here the first one is FA0, then after this, so here what are the inputs and outputs? So A0, B0, Cin is the input, then sum and carry is the output. So we know the rules and regulation with respect to gate level description. First we have to write the outputs, next we have to mention the inputs, right? The first we have to write sum is sum of 0, then C0, A of 0, B of 0 and Cin, that is A of 0, B of 0 and Cin, right? So this is the first full adder, that is FA0 instantiation, that is a sum naught and C0 is the output, then A0, B0 and Cin is the input. Next move on to second one. Here same name, full underscore adder, because we have to write a full adder gate level description. So that's why here we indicate same name, full underscore adder. Next FA1. So here, so what is the output of FA1? Sum of 1, C1. So here you write sum of 1, C1. Then what are the inputs? A of 1, A of 1, B of 1, then C1, right? A of 1, B of 1, here sum of 1, it's C1 only. Then what is the inputs? A of 1, B of 1, then C0. So A of 1, B of 1, C1. So that is the what? Instantiation of second block. Next we go to third block, full underscore adder, that is FA2. So what is the output here? Sum of 2 is the output. Then what is the one more output here? So one more output. So here what are the inputs here? A of 2, B of 2 and C1. So here we write A of 2, B of 2 and C2. Next, go to last one, that is last full adder instantiation, full underscore adder. So here we write FA3. So FA3, what is the outputs here? Then sum of 3. Then what is the inputs? One more output, that is very important one, C out. So here what are the inputs? A of 3, then B of 3, then okay. So after 4 instances, obviously end module. So this is a 4-bit full adder circuit, that is using gate level description. Again further continuation is there for full adder circuit. So again I repeat this. Module full adder A, B, C in and S comma C out. A, B and C in is the inputs, then S comma C out is the outputs. So that is better you name it as, it's not S, it's sum. So after this we have to define IO declaration, that is input output declaration. So input 3 down to 0 A comma B, it indicates A and B both are a 4-bit one. So input C in, it indicates a single bit one. Then output 3 down to 0, sum is 4-bit. Then output C out is a single bit or also called as scalar. Then there are 3 intermediate signals, or we call it as there are 3 nets here. Nets means here connected between 2 gates or 2 blocks. So here there are 3 nets because C0 is connected between what? FA0 and FA1. C1 is connected between FA1 and FA2, C2 is connected between FA2 and FA3. So that's why we should mention all the nets. So nets can be declared in terms of a Verilog keyword, that is wire C0, C1, C2. Then after this we have to instantiate all the 4 blocks. There are 4 blocks here, that indicates there are 4 full adders. So we have to mention each and every adder here, that is we indicates instantiation, that is full underscore adder FA0 is the what? It's the name of the first full adder. So what is the output and inputs of first full adder? So sum naught and C naught is the output, the remaining A naught, B naught and C in is the inputs. So here FA1, the sum 1 is the output and C1 is the another output. What are the inputs here? C naught, A1 and B1. So that's we have to mention, that is here it's C0. Then after this, next we go with third one, that is output is sum of 2, then C2, that is the outputs. What are the inputs? A2, B2 and C1. Go with last one, that is FA3, C out is the output, C out, then sum of 3 is the another output. So what are the inputs here? So inputs are C2, then A3 and B3. So this is the level description. Again we need to write the operation of full underscore adder, because here we are not mentioned any logic of full underscore adder. Here we just instantiate the 4-bit adder, that is instantiate the 4 full adder. So next we have to write the gate level description for a full adder circuit. Module, so name of the module you should mention same name here, that is full underscore adder. So what are the inputs? That is A, B, then C in, sum, C out. Then after this, as usual, input output declarations, that is input. What are the inputs? A, B, C in is the input, then output is output, sum, carry out. Then after this we have to write a logic, right? We have to write the logic here for each and every operation. So that is we already discussed in previous class, that is the operation of a full adder circuit. Okay, so in that full adder circuit there are two XOR gates as well as two AND gates and one OR gate. Okay, so based on that diagram we have to assume here that is intermediate signals, right? Because here we are not mentioned any logical operation, just we have to instantiate all the full adders, that is FA0, FA1, FA2 and FA3. So next we have to write the full adder logic. So that is we already discussed. Again we write the full adder circuit. So this is the full adder circuit. Then sum and Cout is the outputs. So there are three intermediate signals required here, that is C1, S1 and S2. Okay, so that intermediate signals, or we also call it as nets, so that is connected between two gates. So here we have to write a full adder gate level description. Module full adder, the name should be similar. Then A, B, C in, sum, Cout, that is the input declaration, that is module declarations. Then after this you have to mention inputs and outputs, input A, B, C in, then output sum, Cout. Then after this there are three intermediate signals here. So what are the intermediate signal? S1 and S2, C1. So here we have to mention wire S1, C1, C2. Then after this we have to write the logical operations. So what are the logical operations required here? Then here 2 XOR, then 2 AND 1 OR, 2 XOR, 2 AND and 1 OR gate. So first XOR, that is here XOR, the first XOR S1 A comma B, then AND gate. So AND gate this one, okay, then AB is the input, then C1 is the output. Again XOR gate. So what is the, where is the XOR gate here? XOR gate S1 and what is the one more here? That is C in. XOR sum, C in and S1, then sum is the final output, then AND C1. So here XOR sum S1 C in is the inputs, then sum is the output for AND. Then what is the output for AND? That is a C1, then S1 and C in, then after finally OR gate. So for OR gate, what are the inputs? That is one S2, right? So S2, then one more, that is SC1, then it produces carryout. So this is the structural description for a full adder circuit. Then once you write the gate level description for 4-bit adder, then here instantiate the full adders. So that full adders, all the full adders is what? A same operation. There is no difference, right? So all are what? A 3 inputs, then 2 outputs. So that's why we have to write a one full adder circuit. That is one logic is enough. We have to apply the one logic for all the A instances. So that's why we write full adder circuit. Then here after this circuit we have to test a 4-bit adder, right? So once the design block, so this up to this one a design block. Once the design block is completed, we need to test the design block. So that can be done by a stimulus block, or we also called as a test bench code. So next we have to write the stimulus code for 4-bit adder. So first we have to define the stimulus, then module. So the name of the module is, we name it as stimulus. Don't confuse here, we have to test a 4-bit adder one. Okay, we have to test the 4-bit adder circuit. We are not testing a full adder circuit. Okay, we have to test a 4-bit adder. So module stimulus, then after this you have to apply some data here. We have to store some data. So that's why the keyword we are using a register. Then after this you have to mention the registers, that is a 3 down to 0. So we have to apply the inputs data, that is A and B. Then we have to apply one more data, that is reg C in, that is carry in. Then after this wire. So what are the outputs here? That is sum and carry. So here 3 down to 0, sum, then wire Cout. So why we write inputs in terms of registers? Because so here we have to apply some data, right? Apply some data means we have to store some input data. So that's why the keyword we are using a register here. Okay, then after this instantiation. Okay, the instantiation of the a 4-bit adder, right? So name of the instantiation is 4-bit adder. Okay, this should be what? A same name with respect to a design block. Then 4_bit_adder. Then here name of the instantiation you have to mention FA4, that is indicates a 4-bit full adder. Then instantiation, during instantiation first we have to mention the outputs, next we go with inputs, that is a sum, then cout A, B, Cin. So after this, that is 4-bit full adder instantiation, so we have to apply some data. So before applying data, we have to assume it may be a binary, or it may be a hexadecimal, or it may be a decimal. Okay, so you can assume any data here. Obviously we go with a binary data, right? So here we have to display that binary data, display as well as if you want you can monitor the date. Initial, begin. So initial and begin is a keywords. So why we are using begin? Here we have to apply 2 or more data. We are not applying single data. If you apply a single data on that time, begin is not required. So here we have to apply 2 or more data. So that's why begin is required. Initial, begin. If you want a display, or better we go with a monitor operation. So here we have to instantiation the data. Then after this initial, begin. Then here we go with monitor. So why we go with monitor? Because here using that is a display. So monitor means it calculate the current simulation time. Okay, here we want a current simulation time, so that's why we go with a $monitor. Here $time, so it indicates, it calculates the current simulation time, that is we already discussed in second module. Then after you have to mention some data. A is equal to %B, it indicates its binary data. B is equal to %B. A, B, Cin, Cout and sum, all our data should be in binary. So the output it displays in terms of a binary data only, so that it indicates here. Then after this A, B, Cin, Cout and sum, it displays the output. Then end. So next after this one we have to initialize the data, so that can be written as initial, begin. Then here we have to apply the data here. Then initial, begin. Then A is equal to 4 binary 0001. Then after you have to mention B is equal to 4 binary 0010. Next a Cin. Don't forget, don't confuse here. Cin is what? It's a single bit. But apply 1. Okay. Then carry in is equal to 1. Then after 5 nanoseconds, then A is equal to 4 binary 0010. Then B is equal to 4 binary 000100. Then carry 1. That is Cin is equal to, okay, carry already applied. Then after 5 nanoseconds, A is equal to 4 binary 1111. Then here B is equal to 4 binary 0000. Okay. Then after there is a begin, it should be what? End. Then end module. So this is the test bench program with respect to, or stimulus program with respect to a 4-bit adder circuit. Again I repeat this. Here module, name of the module is stimulus. Then we have to store the data, that is inputs data. That's why register A and B both are 4-bit. Then register Cin, it's single bit one. So wire, that is we have to get the results, right? Then sum 3 down to 0. Then Cout. We have to what? Instantiate the design block with respect to a stimulus block. So what is the name of the design block? You have to remember the name of the design block. Don't forget. The name of the design block is 4_bit_adder. that is FA for sum C out A comma B comma C in. Then after this there is a keywords initial begin, so we have to initialize the data, so that can be written as dollar monitor dollar time. If you want, you mention dollar display, and that time you can't calculate current simulation time. That's why you have to mention dollar monitor. It monitors as well as display the data. That is dollar time, it indicates, it calculates the current simulation time. So all the data here we have to assume in terms of binary, then end, initial, begin. Okay, here we have to apply some data. So what are the data we have to apply here? That is S001, 0010, then Cin is equal to 1, then A is equal to 0010, B is equal to 0100, then A is equal to 111, then 4-bit binary 000. Then after, first you have to apply the data, again 5 nanoseconds, you have to apply some data here, again after 5 nanoseconds, you have to apply some data. Then finally we get the result in terms of a 4-bit adder. Okay, so here we have to apply 3 datas here. So this is a 4-bit adder circuit or 4-bit full adder circuit. So once you apply the data, then we have to write the outputs here, right? So after some applying data, what are the outputs? So first data is what? A is equal to 0001, then B is equal to 0010, then Cin is equal to 1. Next we add this data. What's the output here? Then sum is equal to, then here 0001, 0010, then carry is what? A 1. So 1 is 0, again 1 is 0, then again carry is generated here, then 1, right? 1, 0. So this is 1, 2, then 1, right? So 0, 1, 0, 0, that is the first result. When you add 001, then 0010, then 1, we getting a 0100. Again go to what? A second one, second data. Then after 5 nanoseconds, then A is equal to 0010, then B is equal to 0100, then carry, there is no change with respect to carry here, then carry is always 1. Then add these two, then it can be written as sum is equal to 0010, 0100, add with carry, then 1, 1, 1, 0. So this is the what? A second result after 5 nanoseconds. So go with third operation, that is A is equal to 1111, then B is equal to 0000, then carry in is 1. Then sum is can be written as 1 is what? A 0, then again carry is generated here, 0, again carry is generated 0, again carry is generated 0, then 1. Okay. Then here sum is equal to 0000, then C out is equal to 1. Result with respect to this data. So this is a 4-bit adder circuit.